All right, so for my first question of what kind of lesson was very interesting for me for this module and the reflection of it. I had a co-teacher this year, and she used a very special way to deliver her lesson every beginning. So, for example, she will ask the students, "What is the daily sentence today?" And the students will read it off from the board. In this case, the sentence was, "How are you?" And then if the students can say the "How are you" sentence clearly, then the teacher will give them a new one and say, "How old are you?" And then, of course, the students must memorize the phrase, and throughout the whole day, students have a chance to confirm with her that they memorized the sentence in English, and they must say it to the teacher at any time, at any break. So then the teacher can give them a stamp. And once they get 10 stamps, they can exchange it to a prize. I thought the strategy was very effective for young ESL students because it kind of engages them to get a stamp, and at the same time they get to pronounce and speak correct conversational phrases. So I thought that was a really good example for effective lesson that I observed this semester. All right, the second question, describe techniques that the teachers used. Um, I have another co-teacher, and he uses a special technique to manage the class. For example, when the students walk into the classroom, he automatically turns on ABC song. So then the students come in and they're already in English mode, and they start to sing along with the song. And the song is about like 1 minute to 2 minutes. And for 1 or 2 minutes, students are already, how do I say, organized, and they are already ready to listen right after the song is complete. And I thought that was a good opening strategy for young learners to come inside of the classroom and prepare for the lesson without teacher telling them to prepare or be ready. So I thought that was an effective strategy I learned. All right, now I'm going to do a reflection of a planning unit and lesson. Let's see. Okay, so here is the lesson plan that I did it earlier. It's called the Final Group Project, Choose Your Own Animal. I really liked my high impact teaching strategies. I chose cooperative, similarities and differences, and non-linguistic representations as a high impact strategy for this lesson. I really liked cooperative learning strategy because it is a definitely assessment, and at the same time it is a definitely teamwork. So I really like to do a lot of cooperative learning in a collaborative setting. So that'll be also think, pair, and share strategy. These are all scaffolding strategies for my students to build their English level. And I also like to do similarities and differences, where like students do the activities in pairs or groups. So I like to do Venn diagram in this case. Venn diagram is very great graphic organizer that everybody should be using as a teacher. It is really nice. All right, and then the Frayer model worksheet works for ESL students, intermediate or advanced. It always works. It always helps them to scaffold the meaning of the vocabularies. All right, and lastly, my formative and summative assessments. A lot of my formative assessments will be the group work, observational notes, because I want them to really practice their English vocabularies. They might use a lot of Chinese in their groups, but when they use a word like polar bear or penguins, they should be able to say that in English. And of course, my summative assessment will be the uh, group project where the students have a rubric, here ESL rubric, and it's necessary for my effective grade, and it's necessary for the group project because I have so many mixed levels of students. So I definitely use a summative rubric, ESL rubric, when my students perform their final animal project. All right, and that's it for this activity. And I really enjoyed the Module 5 throughout the lessons, and I thought the unit plan, making a unit plan with 5 different lessons was worth it to practice writing a lesson plan. So it was a good practice for me. All right, thank you and have a great day.